Marriage and Life Stories with Kansiime today presents to you a very interesting topic for discussion. And if each one of us can contribute, we are going to build a great society of women who are happy, who are confident, and who are able to get through circumstances and situations. Before we get into our biggest discussion, kindly subscribe, like this video, and if you find it very helpful, please share with a lady next door and a gentleman next door so that we can grow a society that is healthy, that is beautiful, that we will all enjoy. Why do women get depressed in their marriages? Marriage that is supposed to be a place of protection, a place of enjoyment, a place of true friendship, a place of well-being and relaxation. Why do women get there and get depressed? I have met so many women, and you ask them, what happened? What happened as soon as you got married? And the lady has completely changed. Someone who used to dress well, someone who used to put makeup, someone who used to smile, has all of a sudden turned into an unsmiling person, has turned into a person that dresses up anyhow. They just put on anything they come across, and believe it or not, they are a true definition of what some people call njagalanga bwendi, or the English people may call to whoever it may concern. What changes the ladies and transforms them into such a kind of woman? Number one, when women are getting married, they are looking at a gentleman they have met outside there. And probably when they are discussing about marriage, when they are falling in love, when they are meeting out for dinners and picnics and dates and all that, the man is putting his best behavior forward. He's putting his best foot forward, and there is no room to pick his flaws or anything else that can implicate him as a bad person. It turns out that when this gentleman gets into the marriage, has convinced this lady, and they are now fully married, his true version comes out, and it becomes a toxic relationship. Now, once the true version of this gentleman has come out, and the lady is still in the space of shock and into a space of adjustment, in most cases, ladies withdraw. Ladies tend to withdraw when there is a lot of toxicity. They cannot stand it, and eventually they are locked up into a corner of depression. What are these things that gentlemen do that cause a lot of toxicity in the relationship? Let's discuss a few of them, and I will encourage you to write some of them, that things that men do that cause them to be toxic in the relationship. Look at this. This man has been living alone. He's been washing clothes for himself. He's been cooking for himself. He's been finding his socks for himself. He's been, you know, looking the house by himself. And now suddenly the lady comes into his life. He is fighting over the clothes. And he's insisting the woman has to wash his clothes. Who was washing your clothes before you met this lady? Who was cooking for you before you met her? I mean, don't be toxic, gentlemen. Don't be so toxic that if she doesn't wash your clothes, it will be a fight. If she doesn't find your socks, it will be a fight. If she cannot, and I've watched this about Nigerian men. A man just enters the house, before he even asks for anything, he will greet, and the next thing he will say, I am famished. Where's my food? And sometimes this lady has also come from her office. She's still tired, and then she has entered this house. She's minding about the children. Maybe she's trying to breastfeed. And the gentleman walks in a few minutes later, and he is asking for food. Honestly, that is being toxic. Very toxic. You have no idea what this lady has gone through. You're asking for your food. You have no idea how this lady has slept, the things she's gone through. You're asking for your socks. You're asking for your clothes to be washed. Come of it, gentlemen. Those things, the moment the lady fails to adjust, the moment the lady fails to come to terms with them, of course, she will find a space. We call it a subconscious space, where she will hide herself within herself. And before you know it, she is into depression mode. Someone that used to smile will not smile again. Someone that used to welcome visitors in her house, she no longer welcomes visitors. Someone that used to like going for functions, for weddings, for parties, for hanging out with you and with her friends, she no longer wants to do that. Instead, she wants to sit in the house. Someone that used to dress in clothes, sweet, fitting, beautiful, selected dresses, she no longer wants to dress well because you have become too toxic in her life and you pushed her to a corner where she is so depressed and she just wants to be alone. Now, don't rejoice about that because it comes with a lot of health challenges. Do you want to lose your wife when she's still young? Please don't. Don't push your woman into a corner of depression. Sometimes, number two, overwhelming house chores. When two people are married in the home, the best scenario should be you help each other. You know, as she prepares to clean the house, please help her to sort your own clothes out. Help her to sort the bedroom where you slept on the bed. As she cooks the food, help her to put the cups on the table. It doesn't add up. When she has come from work, she's earning money like you, she's taking care of the children, and there is nothing you can do in the house. When your woman is overwhelmed with house chores, she will be depressed and completely depressed. And we don't want the people that we love to be depressed. If you are a good man and you really care about this lady that you married in her young age, or maybe you got her from her single life, you can make it better by bringing her a house help. Someone who can help with the washing of the clothes, someone who can help with, washing the dinner dishes, someone who can help her mop the house, so that when she comes from work, she can do those things that are really personal to you, not to start from scratch and do everything that that will get her into that mode of feeling abandoned and feeling bullied and feeling left alone and then sinking into depression, overwhelming chores. Now, men who also have low self-esteem always want to get their women depressed. Yes, you heard me right. A man who has low self-esteem cannot stand a confident woman. What do? They will push you to the corner. They will criticize you. They will make every negative comment about you. In fact, the vibe that comes out of them is so depressing. People say Njagala vibe, but the vibe that comes from a man with a low self-esteem is so depressing that a woman living around them for quite some time will be depressed. Now, ladies, it's not your fault that he's depressed or he's carrying so many baggages from his past and he cannot stand a confident woman. Rise up to the occasion. Just be confident. Live your life, of course, respectfully. Do not incite him to anger and to fighting, but make sure you keep off his anger issues, his burdens, his low self-esteem. Find a safe space where you can live your life. Now, remember the life that you live is for you and you alone. It may be for you and your children, and maybe for you and your parents. Live that life to the fullest and do not give a hoot to someone who prefers to bring you down. Rise up, respectfully rise up and live your life. Don't go into depression. Now, gentlemen, the moment you realize that in your life, in your statements, the things you say, the attitude towards your wife is tended to bring her down and to push her into isolation, to push her into a corner of depression, please, 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 let that be a red flag to you that you are not okay yourself. A good person always wishes others well. They wish others to grow. They wish others to prosper. But if you find you rejoice when somebody else is down, then you have an issue which you need to discuss and be resolved by your friend, your wife, or someone around you that can give you the help. Number three, or is it number three or number four? Poverty. Now, a family where people are struggling for food, they are struggling for rent, they are struggling for clothes to wear, they are struggling when visitors come around. The lady is struggling when she's going home. And maybe the man doesn't even share anything that she can carry for her parents. It's all about him. The little that is available is for him and his parents. The little money that is available is for, it's just about him and his relatives. It can be so bad, it can be so depressing for the woman. Poverty is so bad. A woman who has no clothes to wear, who looks for food to cook for her children and she cannot find it, whose children are already sent from school, how can she be happy? Someone who doesn't even have money to buy a dress to go for a function, of course she will always stay behind, she will always stay in the home and avoid public gatherings. She will avoid church, she will avoid parties, she will avoid weddings, she will avoid so many places to stay at home because she doesn't like people gossiping about her. And so, men and women, let's all work hard so that we have a little money to meet our needs. I'm not saying poverty is when you have very little money or what, but at least having the basic things of life. If you can afford to have a dress to wear, a decent one to go for a function, something to wear if you're going to meet your parents, your in-laws, then it will take this woman out of depression. Let's work hard so that we have the basic minimum and save our women from getting depressed. Last but not least, annoying in-laws. Annoying in-laws can be a nightmare in the lives of these women. Women who will criticize the lady, they will talk about how she doesn't know how to cook. They will talk about how her brother is too good, their brother or their son is too good for her. They will talk about how she looks or where the family where she's coming from. Why are you bothered about her? In-laws, why are you bothered about her? That's the woman your brother or your son loved, and he has her. So there is no reason into depressing her, into criticizing her, into judging her, into denying anything from her, into telling her all sorts of things. Annoying in-laws, you depress these women. So leave the women alone. Leave the women alone. Let them enjoy their marriages. Let them be happy. Give them space and time to learn the things they do not know. Let them be better as time goes on. After all, we learn as time goes on and we become better and better each passing day. And so, ladies, I will encourage you, please avoid depression because at the end of the day, it is you that suffers. And if you go into a bad depression, then your children will miss you. Thank you so much for watching up to the end. Kindly subscribe if it is your first time. If you have not subscribed before, please subscribe so that I can get energy to give you more content. And please share this video with friends so that they can also enjoy and know how well to get out of depression. Goodbye for now.